Well, you guys, I definitely saw this coming and I just can't say I'm surprised.
Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Shelby. I'm the crazy cat lady of the drama community here on YouTube. I bring you the tea 7 days a week with the help of my investigative research team, Mr. and Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty is the brains around here and Mr. Kitty is the face, which sometimes means that he brings us a little bit of clickbait. It's easy to forgive him because he's so cute. So if you like cats and you like tea, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget that all Shelby Bells ring the bell.
Okay, let's get into this drama. So, you guys, there has been a lot going on with Trisha Paytas lately, and the only reason I've ever even been talking about this issue is because, as you guys know, if you've been watching this channel, I was asked to be in the documentary that Mike Klum, this producer guy, is doing for Trisha Paytas, and trying to, like, I don't really know what the intentions are anymore with this thing. I'm not participating in it anymore. I was asked to be a part of it, but I'm not going to follow through with it. The documentary was supposed to be about helping Trisha Paytas get these subreddits taken down, and everybody knows, if you follow Trisha Paytas at all, then you know that there's like these subreddits about her Trishy Land, and then there was Trishy Land Wifeys or whatever, and the subreddits are, depending on what you think, the subreddits are either super toxic and just a bad negative energy in space, or you might think that they are just doing the Lord's work and holding Trisha Paytas accountable for everything that she's done. Depends on where you stand with that, right? But so big news, because we talked last week that the Trishy Land Wifey subreddit had been taken down off of Reddit, right? And so that was, like, I'm assuming very good news for Trisha. You know, congrats Trisha that you got that subreddit removed and all of that. Once again, I said that in the last video. Listen, I'm not a Redditor, so I never really I don't really care about the Trishy Land subreddit. I don't really care about any of that stuff, whatever. But there are some people out there, some of y'all actually watching this video, that are very, very passionate about these Trisha Paytas subreddits. Anyway, the video today and what we're going to be talking about today is the fact that they created not one, not two, but from what I hear and my sources tell me, 5 new Trisha Paytas subreddits. 5 new ones. And so this is just, and I'm sure that they're going to be some with more popularity than other and all of this, but it just goes to show that what I was saying all along is that, you know, what Trisha Paytas has made her career doing, trolling, being offensive, all of these things, problematic, all of this stuff, is not going to go away just because she says, hey, now I'm in this new phase of my life. This is the thing that I want to do now. I don't want to be this person anymore. I want to be this person now, and I want to change. And it is, I'm so sorry, you guys. Mr. Kitty is not camera ready right now. And if he comes up here, he's always welcome. But Mr. Kitty, and a side note, I'm going to talk about this in another video that I'm doing this week in more detail about the journey we had with Mr. Kitty this week. But long story short, Mr. Kitty just got finished with a bath a little while ago, and he's not completely dry yet. And so he's trying to be all over here in the business, but I've got my laptop on the floor over here. I've got my lights. I've got all this stuff. And I'm just like, quite frankly, Mr. Kitty, you got to go, because I don't want you dripping on anything or getting anything wet. I'm going to talk more about that whole situation in a video later this week. So it's going to be the one I do about my soft girl era. If you want to hear more about what's going on with Mr. Kitty and all of that, I'll do a little life update in that video. But anyway, moving on from that. So if you see me kind of like shushing, it's because I don't want him to sit on my laptop when I don't ever want him to sit on my laptop, but I especially don't want him to sit on my laptop when he's wet. Moving on. So yeah, so it's just that it just goes to prove the point that it doesn't really matter what Trisha does. She's not going to be able to just turn off the internet and make people forget everything that she's done to offend people, or everything that she's done to make people even have created these subreddits to begin with. Because it's not like we're talking about, like, I don't even know like who to really compare her to that's just like not problematic. You know what? One person popped into my mind, and this They're really not the same at all, but it's kind of like, I don't even know if you can compare them, but I'm going to anyway. It's not like we're talking about JoJo Siwa or something, where it's like JoJo Siwa is trying to like erase everything she's ever done on the internet or whatever. Like what she made a name for herself doing online was being like this like child, like rainbows, color, happy, fun, dancing, da 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 da. Like that's what JoJo Siwa did, right? And Trisha Paytas decided to go this route, and it's really, I hope you guys are following me because this is getting a little on the deep end here. But Trisha Paytas made herself known on the internet by trolling, by offending different marginalized communities, by doing the most, by literally being problematic and dramatic, and like the shock factor. That's what she used to rise to relevancy and to fame on the internet. And it's not going to go away just because she says now she's done with all that life and then she's in a different chapter. It's just not going to happen that way. And it's not like she made her fame like JoJo Siwa or really a lot of different influencers. People that are coming to mind like Daniel Prada. I'm just thinking of random people here that are relatively problematic. Like, it's not like she's not the same in that sense. And what comes with making your career in the way that Trisha Paytas did is, on one hand, you're going to have, it gets people's attention. People are gonna love to hate you. Some people are gonna love that you're so edgy. Some people are gonna love that you're not afraid to go there. Some people are gonna like just despise you and hate watch you. And that's the kind of risk that you take when you decide to make your name in that way online. It's the type of risk that you take. So when you go into, and this is for like, I don't know who I am to be giving advice on starting on social media, but this is kind of, I guess, like advice, I guess, if people were to be trying to start some sort of social media career. I think this is a good lesson to learn and a good thing to look at, because it's very easy when you're starting on social media and I fallen victim to this too, fall victim to the shock factor, right? And to the clickbait, to what's going to be the most edgy and outlandish thing that's gonna get me views, because that kind of stuff will get you views. It will get you attention. But what you have to be cognizant of when you're doing those types of things and choosing that way to be the way that makes you relevant and makes people know who you are because they know you for that, you have to think, okay, when all of this is settled, when I'm in the next chapter of my life. Because if you think about this, Trisha Paytas started her YouTube channel when YouTube basically first started, right? And she was a kid then, debatably. She was like in her early 20s or maybe even a teenager still, and maybe like 19 or 20 or whatever, who knows. She might have been like 21. I don't really know. She was in her early 20s or maybe not even 20 yet, okay? She was an adult, but not like a full adult, if you catch my drift, right? And you're in a different phase of your life back then. And I get that. And we all were in different phases of our lives from when we were 20 or 21 to when we're in our 30s. Now, I think Trisha Paytas is a couple years older than me. I think she's like 30. I don't really know. I'm 33. I think she might be 34, 35. I don't know. But we're completely different people than we were back then. And honestly, we're completely different people than we were even in our mid 20s to late 20s a lot of times, right? And it's like when we decide that we are ready to start this next chapter in our lives, and whatever, you have to realize and recognize that when you have a social media presence, that whatever presence you had in the past is going to come with you for the rest of your life. It's going to travel with you forever. And so you really have to think twice about the things that you're deciding to say on the internet, what you're deciding to upload, what you're deciding to put out there, because it will follow you. And this is what's happening to Trisha Paytas right now, where she is so ready to take her life into the next step, and she wants these subreddits to be gone because they're bullying her apparently and body shaming her and all of these things that these subreddits are been alleged to do. She doesn't want to deal with it anymore. She's like, can you please stop? This was so long ago. I'm over it. I'm changed. Some of it honestly wasn't all that long ago, TBH. But a lot of the stuff that people keep bringing up, a lot of the stuff that like even Mysterious has been talking about, a lot of the stuff is from Trisha's past, and she really has nobody to blame but herself for allowing that side of her to be seen on the internet in that way. And that's the harsh truth. It's not fun to hear, to listen to. I know Trisha watches my videos, and so if you're watching this video, Trish, this is not me hating on you or anything. I have been severely disappointed with some of the things and that I've heard that you have done in the past, but to be honest, girl, I could really care less about anything that you do or anything that you have going on, because it really just don't pertain to Shelby and what she's got going on in these four walls of her life, okay? I really don't care that much, but the people that I entertain on the internet, they like to hear these updates, so that's why I'm doing it. That's the only reason I ever have talked about you. It sucks. This is the harsh reality that now she's facing. And I think that as a bigger issue, it's just like could be a lesson to a lot of younger people on social media. Not even younger, but people that are just now starting their social media careers. People I think that might be looking back and, you know, maybe 7 to 10 years online and maybe be in a similar situation to Trisha right now. I think might be people like Tana Mojo. I think might be people like David Dobrik. I think people like, you know, James Charles, definitely. Like these other problematic people that have, in a sense, made their, you know, fame on social media by Mr. Kitty. He's doing the thing down here. I'm sorry, I'm like distracted. Doing the thing, being problematic, the shock factor and the whatever, the wows, you know, on social media, like they might have that problem too, you know, in 7 to 10 years, you know. It's just par for the course. Jeffree Star is also going through the same situation where, you know, it's like people never want to let him live stuff down. Now, I honestly, and this is another avenue I'm going to go with this one. If y'all can agree with this or not agree with this in the comment section down below. I'm really neutral on this whole Trisha thing. I hope it sounds that way because I really honestly am. But another thing is that, you know, Trisha making all this noise about the subreddit and, you know, talking all this and making such a big fuss out of it, for the people that live for the subreddit and the people that really just dislike her, I'm sure that all that's making them want to do is keep doing it, right? When they see that they're affecting her, because that's what a bully does, right? These people that are posting these horrible, mean things about her on these subreddits, whether the things, you know, are, you know, and you know what, I'm not even gonna say it. The stuff that's, you know, allegedly true, like, or just holding her accountable for things that actually came out of her mouth, that's different. What I'm gonna be talking about right now is like the body shaming and all the stuff and all of that, right? A bully, when they know that they're getting to you, they feed off that. And those people that are body shaming her and posting her nudes and all of these things that allegedly they've been doing on these Reddits, I've never seen it, but allegedly they've been doing, right? That is what the bully wants, is for them to see that Trisha's affected by this. So I hear, now again, I'm not a Redditor, but I hear that there's also subreddits on people like Amberlynn Reed. And I hear that Amberlynn Reed doesn't do anything about these subreddits and she just kind of lets them ride. And that, you know, they're not as talked about and they're not as in the attention of everyone because she just doesn't talk about them. She doesn't address them. She doesn't do any of that, right? That's at least what I hear. I don't really follow Amberlynn Reed like that. I think if Trisha were to just ignore it, block, like don't go to them, don't look them up, don't do whatever with them, and just live her life, that's really the only thing I think that is gonna be the solution for her long term. Because we just saw it, right? We saw it once happen when Trisha Land got taken down. We saw the Trisha Land wifeys come up right now, right? Well, after the whole talk about this documentary and everything, when Trisha Land wifeys got taken down, 5 more pop up. That just proves to you, that shows you exactly right there that these people that really just dislike her like that, they're not gonna stop. They're not going to stop because you want the Reddit taken down, and nothing you can do or say is going to make them do it. And that's just the harsh reality. You've got to, and I'm speaking directly to Trisha Paytas right now on this one, right? You have to let go. let go, and you have to live in your truth as to who you truly believe that you are as a person. You can't feel shame. You can't feel guilt about the things that you've done, right? I mean, if they were wrong, like, and they were just like maybe illegal or actually wrong, anything that you might have done like that, maybe. But, you know, all your crying episodes and all of that, and the nudity and all that, you can't feel shame about that now because that's what you did. You have to own it, but you have to, you know, kind of be responsible for how you react to the repercussions of those actions, right? Like, for example, I always say this, and this kind of goes for a lot of things in life, right? The bad things that happen to you in life, a lot of times they might not be your fault, right? Like, it's not Trisha's fault that people are making these subreddits about her anymore because she's not the one behind the computer screen creating them and everything. I mean, I don't think so. That would be a huge plot twist if she was, right? But it's her responsibility on to how she reacts to them. And my belief right now is that she is reacting to them in a way that's just fueling these people's fire. And if she really wants to get them, if she really wants them to kind of lose relevancy, I don't know if taken down is really the word for it, but for them to kind of die down and lose relevancy, I think she needs to ignore it and just keep living her life and living in her truth as to who she is now, as whatever kind of person she's developed and grown into, as she claims. That's what I truly feel. I don't know, you guys. I'm not saying in that, because I can already tell people in the comment section down below are going to be like, I can't believe you would say this not her fault. Well, what I mean by that is that she's not the one behind the computer physically making them, unless she is. I mean, who knows? But I really don't think so. But it's her fault for saying the things she said. Those things came out of her mouth, but it's now her responsibility to, you know, on how she reacts to people for the rest of her life when they bring them up, right? So, I have heartburn, excuse me. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about all this drama with these 5 new Trisha Paytas subreddits. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, let's talk about an emoji for the day. If you made it this long in the video and you liked this video, what is a good emoji? You know, when I think... I'm gonna do like a Trisha Paytas themed emoji. I feel like when I think Trisha Paytas, I think like glamour girl, like, you know, whatever. So why don't we put the nail emoji? You know, the nail emoji in the comment section down below. Leave me a nail emoji if you liked this video. And aside from that, that's gonna be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember that all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from, so I'd love it if you did that. Aside from that, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.